Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to show you how to find all 25 collectibles here in Chapter 3 in the Resident Evil 4 Remake. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Now at the beginning of Chapter 3, you'll begin where you left off in Chapter 2, and we're going to work our way back to the village square, which you'll be able to do using the insignia key to open the door back to the square. Once you get to the village square, we're going to come over here into this building and unlock this locked drawer with one of the small keys that we got in Chapter 2. So as soon as you enter back into the village square, all we're going to do is head down the main path. You will encounter around 4 wolves in this area, so make sure to take those out. And we're going to go in this little small building directly in front of us. You can go through this door, and once inside to the right, you'll have the locked drawer. We can use the small key that we got in Chapter 2 to open it. And once doing so, you'll get your first collectible, which is the vintage compass. Now, after opening this cabinet, our next collectible is going to be found in the town hall. So we're going to go back outside the door here and turn left, and we want to essentially get inside the town hall, but it's blocked from the tower that fell. So to get there, we're going to go inside the house on the right. I believe there's a lock on this door, so you'll either need to shoot the lock or kick it down. Once you're inside, make sure you deactivate this bomb on the wall so that you don't hit the tripwire. And then we're going to go through this door. Keep in mind, you will encounter a couple enemies along the way. We'll jump out the window and we can go around the corner here and get to the town hall. Now you'll need the insignia key that you got in Chapter 2 to get through this door. And once going inside, we're just going to go into this back room and look up, and you guys will see the treasure hanging from the ceiling here. Go ahead and shoot that. And then you can pick up your velvet blue and get your second collectible. Now, after shooting down this treasure, we're going to turn around, and behind us, we're going to have a yellow crate that's on top of a shelf here. We're going to destroy this, and inside is going to be a viper. So go ahead and destroy this box. The viper will be inside. It'll jump out, try to attack you. You want to take this viper out and put it in your inventory, and we're going to use this for a merchant request here in a few minutes. Now, after grabbing this viper, we're going to go get the merchant request for collecting the viper. So we can turn around and leave the church. To do so, we'll just go into the back room, and we'll go through this door. And outside this door to the left, you'll find the merchant. The request is going to be located just across from him on the wall. So go ahead and pick that up, and that'll be your next collectible. Now, after picking that up, you can turn around and go ahead and sell the first viper that you have to the merchant, and it'll count toward your request. I'll go ahead and do that just to clear out my inventory, and we'll show you where the other two are here in a second. Now, after grabbing the merchant request for the viper, we're going to work our way to the church. So from the town hall where the merchant is, just follow the main path. It'll lead you to a graveyard, and you'll find your way up to where the church is. When you get to the church, we're going to go to the back right. So we're going to go over here and follow this little path that leads behind the church. And we're going to have 2 items back here. We're going to have a treasure chest as well as another merchant request. So the treasure chest will be right here on your right. You go ahead and open that up and get your elegant headdress. And after grabbing that, turn around, and behind you on the wall here is your blue paper for the grave robber merchant request. Now, after grabbing that merchant request, we're going to turn around and head back to the graveyard, as that request is to take out 2 tombstones that are in this graveyard, and they're going to be right next to each other. They're pretty easy to find. So work your way back around. You'll be able to reopen the door back to the graveyard. And once doing so, we're just going to head down this path. Our tombstones are going to be located at the bottom. And again, they're pretty hard to miss. They're the ones that are directly next to each other. So right here, along this fence, you'll have 2. We're going to shoot both of these symbols, and that will complete the grave robber. So for our next collectible, we're going to go grab another viper. So head back up to the church, and we want to work our way behind the church. So if we go around this back corridor that we went through earlier, this time we're going to go through the door on our left. And once entering this room, you'll have a hatch that you can go down. Go down into this hatch and follow the path that's going to lead to basically our next section. We'll cross the bridge here. Now, when you get over here, you're going to have a lot of enemies you'll have to take out. I've already done so for the sake of the video. But once taking out these enemies, you want to go in the first house that's on your left, and you guys can already see it through the door. There's going to be a crate on a table. If we destroy that crate, we're going to have another viper inside. So destroy that crate, take out the viper, go ahead and pick them up. And that will be your second viper for your merchant request. Now, your next collectible is going to be the merchant request for the blue medallions 2, which is going to be located right at the entrance to the quarry. So continue your way through the mission until you get to the little tunnel system that leads to the quarry. And you can't miss this one. As soon as you enter the quarry, you'll find the merchant request right here on this pole. Now, after picking up this merchant request, we're going to complete a trophy that's just around the corner. So if you look around this corner, we're going to have a lot of crows that are just hanging out on the ground. The trophy is to take out 3 crows with 1 flash grenade. So what you can do, you have a whole pile of them right over here on the left. Go ahead and throw your flash grenade over there. it'll take out all the crows and you'll be able to get your trophy. Now, after getting your achievement for taking out the crows with the flash grenade, you'll also have a couple dogs you'll need to take out in here. And once doing so, you can look up, and right where the wires kind of meet here in the middle, you guys will see that we have a lantern that's hanging. We can shoot that lantern down, and this is going to be our next collectible. Now, after picking up that treasure, look back up to where you just shot down the lantern, and you guys can see from the scaffolding up here, we see our first blue medallion. So go ahead and lock onto that. You can use your pistol, or if you need to use a rifle, you can do that as well, but that's going to be the location for your first blue medallion. Now, after finishing up at the quarry, if you follow the main path, you'll eventually come down here to where the docks are, and you'll run into the merchant. Now, the first thing you can do for one of the achievements is to head down this elevator on the right, and taking this elevator is going to lead you to the shooting range. Now, down here, you'll be able to complete 3 of your 12 challenges that you need for the achievement. Essentially, you'll just need to play these games and get an S score on all 3 of them. It's pretty easy to do. It may take you a little bit of time to get used to it, but this is how you'll be able to complete your first 3 of the 12. Now, our next collectible is going to be the castellan for the chapter. So head back up to where the merchant is located. And once you get back up the top of the elevator, directly in front of you, you're going to have a ladder that you can jump down. Go ahead and hop down this ladder, and we're going to go right. So if we go right here where this light is, and we take another right, we'll come to a dead end. If you look up in between the roof and the boxes, you guys will see the castellan is located right here. So go ahead and shoot that, and you'll be able to get your 3rd one. Now, after grabbing that castellan, we're going to turn around and we're going to go right back up the ladder to where the merchant is. And we're going to be able to get our next collectible, which is the hexagon piece. As soon as you get back to the top of the ladder, you go to the right, you guys will see a chest over here. We're going to open this chest, and this is going to be the location for your hexagon piece A. Now, after grabbing your hexagon piece, we're going to go up these stairs on the left and through this door, and we're going to go get our 2nd blue medallion. So as soon as you open these doors, just head in this direction, and we're going to jump down twice. So we'll jump down to where this ladder is, and then we're going to drop down one more time. And after dropping down that 2nd time, if you look under the dock here, if you move to your right, you guys will see the location for your 2nd medallion. Now, you might need to use a rifle here. This one can be a little bit difficult to hit, but that's going to be your 2nd location. Now, to get our 3rd medallion, we're going to head over to the fish farm. So if you continue to follow the main path, you'll come across a wooden bridge, and you're going to fall through the bridge and into the swampy area. Once you're down here, we're going to work our way to a hut. So we're going to go to the right and work our way up this ramp, and directly in front of us, we'll have a little hut with a life raft thing on the wall. We're going to go inside this hut, and inside the hut, you'll find your 3rd medallion. Now, keep in mind, you will have several enemies here that you'll need to fight. Again, I've taken them all out already for the sake of the video. Now, after taking out that medallion, you can turn around and head back toward where we first entered the fish farm. And between this medallion and the entrance, you should be able to find 3 vipers. Now, again, you should only need 1 more if you've already grabbed the first 2. But in the swamp and here on the dock, you should be able to find one pretty easily. I was able to find one as soon as I turned around. But this should be where you find your final viper. Now, after you're done at this hut, we're going to go get our 4th medallion. So what we want to do is work our way down this ramp back into the swampy water, and we're going to take a right and head this direction. Now, you'll have a ramp that leads up. We're going to skip past that and come right back over here in this corner. And you guys will see it's very clear that this is the location for your 4th blue medallion. Now, after grabbing your 4th medallion, we're going to go get the antique pipe. So if we turn around, we can head up this ramp behind us, and we'll go into this little hut back here. And right around this corner, you guys will see we can head back into the water and go around the back side. We're going to go all the way around the back here. And once you get to this area, you guys will see that we have this tree. Right next to this tree is going to be a lantern hanging from the side of this structure. Go ahead and shoot down that lantern, and right here you'll be able to get the antique pipe. Now, after you pick up the pipe, we're going to head toward the back of the fish farm to get a couple more collectibles. So head back in the direction that you originally came from. Work your way back around, up the ramp and to the right. And once doing so, we're going to continue to go right here towards the back of the fish farm, and we can jump down in this area. Now, as soon as you jump down, it's going to be tempting to go take the ladder. What you want to do is turn around and go under this little bridge, and back here you're going to be able to find your 5th and final blue medallion. Now, after shooting that medallion, if you look left, you're going to have a chest back here. Go ahead and open this chest. You'll be able to get another collectible, which is the hexagon piece B. Now, after grabbing that hexagon piece, we're going to turn around and head back under the bridge. But before going up the ladder, on the right side over here, we're going to have a little shed. We're going to go inside this shed, and there's going to be a drawer in the back left. Open that drawer, and we're going to get a small key that's going to lead us to some treasure later on. Now, after grabbing that key, we'll be able to turn around and go in the small building beside us to get our next collectible, which is the boat fuel. So kick the lock of this door, you can go inside, And on the table in the back, you'll be able to pick up your boat fuel. Now that you're done at the fish farm, you want to backtrack all the way back to the merchant where we originally started. And once you get back to the merchant, before we leave the mission on the boat with the boat fuel, we're going to come back down over here, take this ladder. And after doing so, if we turn to the right and go into this back little corner, we're going to have a chest that we grabbed the small key for. We can open that up and grab our next collectible that's inside. Now, after picking that up, we only have one more thing that we need to do for 100% collectibles here in chapter 3. We're going to head back up to the top of the ladder and we are going to go speak to the merchant and we are going to sell our vipers. So we've got our request completed for the blue medallions. If you haven't done so already, sell the vipers that you've collected. And once doing so, you will complete the Viper Hunter request as well. But this is how to find all 25 collectibles here in Chapter 3. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.